Imagine a sweltering Philadelphia summer in 1776, where the air crackles with rebellion, and two visionaries, one a brilliant inventor chasing lightning, the other a young philosopher wielding words like weapons, forge the unbreakable spine of a new nation. Their ideas do not merely whisper revolution, they ignite it. Thomas Jefferson and Benjamin Franklin stand as titans in this saga, their minds weaving ideology into diplomacy, turning abstract dreams of liberty into the thunder of independence. As the Continental Congress debates in secrecy, Franklin's seasoned cunning and Jefferson's fiery prose collide to birth documents that echo through eternity. But how did these unlikely allies, separated by age and temperament, become the revolution's secret architects? Their story unfolds not in isolation, but in the shadows of empire, where every letter sent and every alliance forged teeters on the edge of treason. Benjamin Franklin arrives in Philadelphia as a boy of 17, already a printer's apprentice with eyes fixed on enlightenment. By the 1750s, his experiments with electricity mesmerize the world, proving nature's secrets bend a human reason, a metaphor for the colony's own bid to harness self-governance. Yet Franklin's true spark ignites in politics. As tensions simmer with Britain, he shuttles between London and America, pleading the case for colonial rights in smoke-filled taverns and royal chambers. His 1760s writings, sharp and satirical, expose parliamentary overreach, planting seeds of doubt in the hearts of moderates. Enter Thomas Jefferson, a Virginia planter 20 years his junior, devouring books in the Blue Ridge Mountains, crafting resolutions against the Stamp Act that ripple through assemblies. Franklin admires this prodigy's resolve from afar, sensing a kindred spirit who could articulate the unarticulated rage building across the Atlantic. Their paths, though divergent, converge inexorably toward 1775, when musket fire at Lexington demands more than words. It craves a declaration. The Second Continental Congress convenes amid chaos, redcoats marching, Minutemen bleeding. Franklin, 70 years old and battle-scarred by decades of negotiation, urges bold action. Jefferson, just 33, drafts what becomes the Declaration of Independence in a rented Philadelphia house, his quill dipping into the ink of Locke and Montesquieu. Franklin reviews it, his edits subtle yet seismic, striking overly flowery phrases, sharpening the blade against King George III. Picture them, huddled by candlelight. Franklin quips about editing the creator's work, but beneath the humor lies gravity. This document, proclaimed on July 4, 1776, is no mere complaint. It is ideology weaponized, asserting natural rights as self-evident truths, governments deriving power from the governed. Suspense mounts as ink dries on vellum. Will this paper ignite unity or fracture the fragile alliance of colonies? With independence declared, survival hinges not on ideals alone, but on gunpowder and gold from abroad. Franklin, ever the diplomat, volunteers for France at an age when most retire. He sails in October 1776 aboard a leaky ship, evading British warships, his fur cap a deliberate nod to rustic American virtue. Landing in Paris, he captivates salons with wit and bifocals, transforming himself into a celebrity statesman. Ladies swoon over his maxims, aristocrats fund his cause. Jefferson remains stateside, penning Virginia's statute for religious freedom, embedding tolerance into revolutionary DNA, a ideological cornerstone that Franklin champions from afar. But danger lurks. British spies shadow Franklin's every move, and French hesitation tests his resolve. One intercepted letter could doom the dream. As 1777 dawns, whispers of Saratoga's victory reach Paris. Franklin seizes the moment, intrigue deepening with every clandestine meeting. Saratoga's triumph in October 1777 becomes Franklin's masterstroke. He leverages the news to sway French Foreign Minister Vergennes, arguing American resolve merits alliance. Negotiations twist like a minuet. France, smarting from the 7 Years' War, sees opportunity to humble Britain. Franklin's charm disarms skeptics. He shares intelligence, flatters egos, even fabricates tales of colonial strength to heighten suspense. By February 1778, the Treaty of Alliance binds France to the rebel cause, promising troops, ships, fleets that will turn Yorktown's tide 4 years hence. Meanwhile, Jefferson governs Virginia, battling inflation and invasion, his notes on the state of Virginia outlining a republic rooted in agrarian virtue and scientific inquiry. Ideas Franklin echoes in letters home. Their synergy builds unnoticed. Ideology fuels the fire. Diplomacy fans the flames. Yet British agents close in, plotting Franklin's disgrace. Back in Philadelphia, Jefferson confronts the revolution's underbelly, slavery's stain on liberty's banner. His draft declaration condemns the slave trade, a clause Franklin supports vehemently, drawing from his own abolitionist leanings. Though Congress excises it for Southern votes, their shared vision persists, a moral tension unresolved yet propelling reform. Franklin, in Paris, juggles dual roles, securing loans from Dutch bankers and outwitting British envoys like William Eden, who offer bribes and threats. One night in 1778, a forged letter purporting Franklin's treason circulates Versailles. He counters with leaked British atrocities, turning scandal into sympathy. Suspense peaks as Adams arrives, clashing with Franklin's finesse, but Jefferson's ideological missives from America steady the course. Their combined force, Franklin's pragmatism, Jefferson's principles, begins tilting Europe toward the upstart nation. By 1781, Yorktown looms. French fleets marshaled by Franklin's diplomacy trap Cornwallis. Jefferson, now in Congress again, refines wartime governance, advocating separation of church and state to safeguard revolution's soul. Franklin's health frays under Parisian intrigue, gout, stone, endless banquets, but he persists, negotiating preliminary peace in 1782. Imagine the Hôtel de Valentinois, where he hosts foes and friends alike, probing weaknesses. British Prime Minister Shelburne sues for terms, Franklin demanding recognition of independence first. Jefferson praises this from afar, his own dispatches shaping policy. The suspense unravels thread by thread. Concessions flow, Florida to Spain, western borders pushed to the Mississippi. Ideology manifests in diplomacy's hard-won map. The Treaty of Paris seals victory on September 3, 1783. Franklin, Jefferson now joining him in Europe, and Adams sign for America. Jefferson arrives in 1784, awed by Franklin's stature, assisting in trade pacts that underpin the new republic. Together they navigate post-war Europe. Jefferson studying architecture in Paris while Franklin courts Prussia. Their letters reveal synergy, Franklin's worldly realism tempering Jefferson's idealism. Back home, Franklin's 1787 Constitutional Convention role draws on diplomatic lessons, proposing compromises that birth the Senate. Jefferson, ambassador to France, absorbs the Ancien regime's rot, fueling his belief in Republican simplicity. Intrigue lingers, French Revolution stirs, testing their foundations. Franklin returns a hero in 1785, his autobiography half written, legacy secure. Jefferson lingers in Europe until 1789, witnessing Bastille's fall, crediting American example yet warning of excess. Their ideological pillars, life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, resonate globally. Franklin dies in 1790, Jefferson at his funeral, bridging eras. Together they proved revolution thrives on dual engines. Jefferson's eloquent convictions galvanizing hearts, Franklin's shrewd diplomacy securing swords. No single man wins wars of ideas. Their alliance, improbable and profound, endures. Hello, history enthusiasts. You've journeyed through the electric alliance of Jefferson and Franklin, the minds that scripted America's dawn. What aspect of their revolutionary roles, from lightning rods to liberty's quill, intrigues you most? Drop a quick comment below. Like, subscribe, and join us next time for more tales from the Forge of Freedom.